across the board offers the same leg room that is like literally the same leg room that's like valid for every single fucking person on the flight. Sit your ass down and listen. No, it's such an influencer thing to do. It's such a passionate topic for podcasters. Wait, what? We live in the United States of America, chatter. What the fuck do you mean? Try going from like one part of this continent to the other, especially when there's no trains. Like, what are we talking about? I drive. Okay, good luck. Like, plenty of regular people also fly. I'm a Southern Ontario Crody. Oh my God. Like, come on, like you would spend a day in a train? I have. And it was a fucking joyful experience every single time. Whether it be the Surfliner on the coast of the California waterline from San Diego to Los Angeles, or obviously a much more elevated experience in the form of a bullet train going from Tokyo to Kobe. Okay? And in my childhood, I used to also frequently take the train in Turkey.
Commercial. Yeah. Interesting. Bigger plane, better pilots. You don't get knocked around as much. You're riding a fucking Cadillac. The only thing that sucks about commercial is boarding. That's it. Once you're there and you got your fucking shit up there, you're flying first class. Which all first class is, if you've never flown it, is they treat you like a human being.
Oh my God, this is a one-to-one verbatim fucking Hasanabi take. I swear to God. Someone find the clip. I've said this verbatim. I'm not even kidding. The only difference between business class and economy, other than like the obvious legroom, is literally they treat you like a fucking human being. I have said this. I have said this verbatim. When you fly business class, they literally just treat you the way that like everyone is supposed to be treated. Oh my God. Oh God, I love him so much. No, he's not a Hasanabi head. It's just that we view the world in similar lenses. Verbatim. I mean, it's not like that unique of a take, to be fair. But yeah, we just, we think alike.
Supposed to the animals in the back, they just throw you back there. That was my whole career. Working my way up to being treated like, remember the DC-9 when you sit there and your window didn't open because there was an engine there? You don't remember that?
I exclusively fly economy and I don't see how I'm being treated subhuman. Are you kidding me? Dude. I've been flying both to America since like a very early age. Obviously, I'm 32 years old now, so it's been like 30 years of flying. And I have genuinely seen the change in both American domestic travel and international travel, where they like, through price leadership, not price fixing, mind you, price leadership, have created an environment that is like legitimately unsustainable for human life. Slowly but surely, over the course of years, they've literally made things that were obviously seen as amenities, things that were free with your ticket, become costly things that you have to purchase, all the way down to like literally only being able to bring a personal bag now in certain airlines. And for years and years, I did this thing where out of pure resentment and spite, I've talked about air travel quite a bit. For pure personal resentment and spite, I literally never even upgraded to, and early chatters will remember this, I never even upgraded to Economy Plus. Back in my day, emergency rows were free. We didn't have to pay for that shit. It was free. You would ask kindly the wonderful lady or sir that you were too tall to sit in a regular seat, and if they could put you in the emergency exit, they would always say yes. Okay? Then they started charging for that shit. But not only that, but because I'm such a fucking stubborn, spite-driven asshole, that I refused to even upgrade because I was like, fuck that. I would literally bring, if you guys remember, I would bring my big ass bag that I would lug everywhere that had holes in it. Okay. Because it was technically a carry-on, even though it actually wasn't a carry-on. It was like the size of a check-in luggage. But because I was a big dude, I would carry that shit around. Everyone used to make fun of me. Okay. And then one day I got upgraded to business class. And that's when I realized, like, what the fuck am I doing? Once my ass touched a lie flat seat, dude, my life changed. Once my fucking ass touched a goddamn lie flat seat for a 6-hour flight, I was like, oh my God. I have literally been like...
Now, you can make the case that it's wrong to fly private. I get that. But I've never heard anyone make the case that it's actually better to be on Delta. That's kind of kooky. No?
No, I hate Delta. Delta's the fucking worst.
I bet you fly private more than you're letting on.
Listen, listen.
But-
If I have to go somewhere and I don't have enough time to get there.
Oh, suddenly we've got an exception.
No, I said mainly I fly commercial.
Well, you're an idiot.
This is an insane conversation that they're having, by the way. He's so mad that he said flying commercial is... What a fucking argument, dude. It honestly doesn't make any fucking sense that he's out here being like, yeah, dude, you're fucking crazy. You should be flying private all the time. Like, first of all, you're Bill Maher. Ain't nobody gives a shit about you, okay? You could fly commercial all day, every day. Nobody's going to be like, you're not Taylor Swift. And even then, I think Taylor Swift should still fly a fucking commercial regardless.
You shouldn't. You know what? It's...
What was this? If I don't agree with you, I'm an idiot.
You're right. I apologize.
Fucking John Varvatos shirt. You're not young.
John,
Put on a sweater, for fuck's sakes.
Put on a sweater. Why? I have to be...
At your age.
That's the secret in life. Avoid that.
No.
Don't you think?
No.
No?
Well, hey, I'm an idiot, right? No, I think the number one thing is to be your age. Like all these fucking people, like they go do a college gig at my age. I'm going to be 56 next month. Be 56.
Yeah.
And come at them as a 56-year-old, and then you can give them advice on all the shit that you did and just say, hey, this worked for me. And you can just have a great time with them. You can have a fucking great time. What fucks you up is if you're looking at what they're wearing and, you know, you fucking come up with your little outfit.
I don't know why this simple shirt and pair of plain black
Can I tell you something?
jeans.
There is absolutely nothing wrong with what you're wearing. That's why it's so much fun to just make fun of it. It's a little bit of a fucking pirate shirt. You got a lot of extra material in the... You know what? That's what it is. It's this.
What?
First of all, you should have buttoned that if you actually were the gentleman you're trying to be.
Button this? Oh,
Yeah.
you're right. But
You had a woman in your
but you're
life,
right.
she
It's
wouldn't let you
almost-
go on camera like
It's
that.
almost like we're giving you like an advanced comedy test. Like, can you make fun of this? Which is
All right, let's
pretty
not get
bland.
crazy like you're a fashion.
Stormy Echoes, hey, not dogging on you. I'm generally really curious about the C drama. So if I call Frogan a cracker, does that work? Like the idea of a racial slur is that it's a slur targeted at a race, right? So if it's not, then that would be fine, right? I mean, you could call me a cracker. Many people do. I think it's pretty funny. I'm white. I'm sure Frogan would find it white too, or find it funny too. She is white. Fly first class. Well, not first class business. It's the same shit. But it doesn't matter. First class is just like more expensive for no fucking reason. But once I started flying business, now I don't have that. I don't have that experience any longer. I don't. It's just the reality, right? It's just the reality. This was something that money was able to. This was something that money was able to open up for me, like the privilege of being able to fly like a human being and feel like a human and not like a piece of cattle shoved into a fucking sardine-style tin can. Okay? So you're worried it will make you out of touch? And it does. It does make you out of touch. It does, 100%. So it's a deep cut with Ethnic Santa.
kind of bland, you know.
Like your opinions. Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
And then when I fucking,
so
go against
gratuitous.
then I go, ooh, a big word, another big G word. Look at you. You memorizing that part of the fucking dictionary? I don't have kids. I got all day long. Fucking read the dictionary and use my fucking $3 words. With a guy who unloads trucks.
Oh. Why do I think there's
Why don't we do we got to do a buddy movie. This is like perfect. This is Walter Matthau,
I'm
Jack
certainly
Lemmon.
not going to do a movie, but there is something about...
You seem like an actor.
There is something very, very mineable about this vein of comedy, of the single guy, the married guy, the, pompous professor guy,
but
and the blue-collar guy. I mean, it does kind of write
that was Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad is one of the great dark comedies of all time, where you had this super smart teacher, and he had his biggest fuck up as a student, and then they have to somehow work. It was The Odd Couple.
Oh, you know what?
Fantastic.
I never watched that show, and I know everybody loves it. I'm going to watch it now because that is interesting to me.
I'll tell you what was the coolest thing about that show is, those, anytime you make a TV show or a movie, you always have these people that go, no, that never would have happened like that. Dude, everything that they did, right down to me and Lavelle Crawford laying on that pile of money, they figured out how much money Mr. White would have in what denominations and how high it would be to shoot those people down. When we did this train robbery scene, I got to be on that. It was so fucking robbing a train. It was amazing. And they would, whatever chemical they had in one of them, they used to make meth. So they were taking it out. My job was to stall the train. They take it out and then replace it with water. And they had their team figure out how long that would take. And they said, we literally had somebody that would be on the internet. That wouldn't happen like that. And they said, actually, it would. The volume of water is this, the volume of that. And they would just shut them the fuck down, like a comedian. Just chopping the head off of the fucking loudmouth asshole in the front row. They did that while making one of the greatest shows of all time.
That is satisfying.
Oh, I already loved everybody liked the show. It was the most efficiently run. They just knew what they wanted to do. I did one of the first times I did the gig there. We got through the scene so fast, they switched my flight from the next day Southwest. They go, we can get you right now. We can go get your bags at the thing. And I felt like fucking Elvis.
Do you have a deal now for make more movies somewhere?
No.
No?
It doesn't exist anymore.
What?
It doesn't exist.
No more.
They don't do those.
No more
they don't do
deals?
they're getting away from first look deals. I'm always late to the party. When I started stand up was right after the 80s. All the balloons were popped on the ground and everybody was getting their wages garnished.
Oh yes, that again, my generation ruined everything.
I didn't say you ruined. I never said that.
No, but the 80s, that's when I was starting. I mean, that's when I was a young comic.
All right, but I didn't say you ruined it.
I know.
I'm just saying, no, but it got bloated. It was on every channel, and then it went...
right.
So I used to open for guys.
It got bloated, yes.
Yeah, and I used to open for guys, and they would try to discourage me. They would be like, oh, man, I didn't know why you even started. If I was your age, I would get the fuck out of this business. That's what they told me. And they would be like, Wednesday night, look at this. There's no...
He's even out of touch among other movie stars. Yeah, look how defensive he got. Look at how defensive he got. Oh, here we go. My generation ruined everything. Bro, you're talking to a guy who's your age, man. Like, Maher's 13 years older.
Fucking 3 years ago, there'd be a line down the fucking block. And I didn't have any deflector shields, so I would be listening, go, really? Oh my God. Should I quit? But fortunately, I sucked at everything else in life. So I really didn't have any options.
Yeah, I didn't have a plan B either, really. I remember when I got out of college, I sent out resumes to advertising agencies. I guess I thought I could get that as a day job, be an ad man, write ad copy.
I could see that.
I'm telling you, when we both flame out and doing a morning talk show in Seattle, this kind of stuff is going to be gold. It's Fart Man and Asshole Jack.
Yep. Oh, that was morning radio. Morning radio was always a real name, and then, Eddie and the Bulldog. It was always something like that. We got Wild Man Vermouth with fucking Jerry. It was always a regular name, then something crazy.
So there's no more 3-picture deals, no more like deals at streaming services?
I shouldn't say that.
Don't they need
For
content?
someone like me.
Really?
When
old
when
dads
you're a
did-
bald ginger in Hollywood, it's basically
Or lashes specifically for the counter-revolutionary sentiment that I've expressed by looking at these bourgeois traitorous scum who are actually doing their very best in line with their class interests. I have once again done a no growth. I will absolutely engage in praxis. Thank you. Thank you so much for your statement. Wasn't Old Dad reactionary? I don't know. I don't watch all of the shit that he makes.
during the strike. It
then
was.
why
It
not
was.
Chat really thinks watching Hasan is activism. This is entertainment at the end of the day. Thank you. Yes. One of them is acting according to his class position, at least. Yeah, you have someone who is like a relative class traitor versus someone who is absolutely one of the best classes pieces of shit. And I think that this is a perfect.
For everyone who worked on that movie, Bobby Cannavale and all of those amazing actors and everybody,
I like him.
Patrick Don Vito, everybody helped me edit the thing, Ben Tischler, all of them. We were #1 globally on Netflix 2 weekends in a row, and it streamed like 50 million.
Because who around the world doesn't understand the concept of old dads? Certainly in Pakistan.
Well, maybe we just made a good movie.
No, so okay, so riddle me this about the business.
Was there a compliment? The thanks?
What?
There was no compliment in that.
Actually, there
Kind of
was.
shit on it. Like you didn't
No,
think
no,
you didn't
no.
think that it went fucking global.
No,
I didn't say in Pakistan they were watching. They might have. You don't think there's some old dads there?
no. What I said, it was.
Oh, that's right.
was- It was,
You figured out
it
the
was a
Middle East. I
giant
forgot.
hit. No, I found a way to craftily get a very good compliment into you
Well, that's what it is. I'm not
without
as smart
making
as
it
you, and you're
look
so
like
clever.
one. Because I am the pompous professor, my friend.
I like it.
I know you do. So anyway, but riddle me this about the business, because I'm always reading, as we're always talking of people at dinner when we're in this town and we're all in the business, and we're talking about the changing and the streaming and everything. Why is it if a movie does well like that, then there isn't at least a offer to do the next one? Or
Because the people running it now, they're kind of doing like what Germany did, where they tried to take over the whole world, and you can't do that because there's just so many people don't want that. But there's always something in every business, like Amazon or fucking Walmart. They're always trying, let's open up across from this mom and pop and put them out of business, and we'll be the only show in town. Like,
That's such a funny way to describe that. You are not an activist? I'm not, dude. I'm not. Okay, shut the fuck up. It's not activism to watch YouTube videos, okay? I don't have hate in my heart for anyone, but this fucking piece of shit irks me to my core. His voice. He's such an alcoholic. Yeah. Bill Maher has the tendency to, I think, do agitative propaganda in the direction of the working class by just behaving in the ways that he does. Like, I think him and Elon do overtime converting people. Not to brag, but I just emailed my representatives using a pre-filled email from JVP. Nail care. Meanwhile, you're watching Bill versus Bill. Keep it up, sweaty. Respect. I love that. Touch. that he unironically converts people towards being pro-labor in order not to be on this fucking asshole's side.
So what does that have to do with hiring a guy who just had a big hit movie to do another hit movie? If you want to take over the world,
streaming service have devalued art. We're
not.
And I can tell you what happened to me. I fucking went back and I pitched another movie to 2 junior executives, and I waited 6 weeks to get an offer that it was just like it never happened. Still starting out like that movie never happened. And that's kind of like, that's how the acting world, that's why I think being an actor is so much harder than being a fucking comedian. Because if I come through town, first time I headline your club, I draw okay, but you see I'm funny. We'll take another chance on this guy. I come back, even if the same 30 people show up, but you see I have a whole new act, they see it. And you've proven you're funny. I don't have to reprove that I'm funny.
No.
Again, we're an actor. This fucking actor's with an Oscar. And there's people going, yeah, I don't know. Can they play that? It's like they won the highest fucking award. And I have empathy for actors for the lack of control they have. First of all, you do the performance. And if you're not in the edit, especially if it's a comedy,
right,
and you get the wrong guy editing it, they're going to leave you hanging out to dry. Like, the actors really are like the quarterback of the team, where it's like, if you win, you're fucking Joe Montana. If you lose, you're a bust. And it, like, a lot of times, and as you're making a movie, you have no idea how it's going to come together.
No idea. I've been on enough movies to know it is just always a mystery. There's so many things that can go wrong.
Are they going to promote it? I did this really, really great movie, Front Runner.
Bill Burr did not do a good job in this debate. All he did was ad hominem and Bill Maher for having more class than him.
And it came out the same weekend as Aquaman. And it was just, I saw one of the stars promote it for like 2 days.
Yeah, I never heard
And
of
then
it.
the next time I saw him, he was promoting his next project. And I said, oh my God, they're burying it.
Chatters, he's joking. Calm down. Jesus Christ. He's obviously joking. Oh my God. I know the environment is stressful right now because we watched Bonarelli clips earlier. But goddamn, son, dial it back a little bit. We're having a little bit of fun, okay?
It's not going to get, and it's
What
just.
was it on?
What was it? It was in the movie theaters.
It was in the theater.
Yeah.
I mean, most.
It was. You would have liked the movie. It was about Gary Hart.
I would have watched it.
It was
Gary
about
Hart.
Gary Hart, and it was about the first politician
Never heard of it.
where they went into his personal life. And the thing was, Gary Hart said, hey, I'm an open book. You know, go ahead, look at everything.
Right.
He said that
No.
because infidelity, Teflon Don, none of it's 4 years. Bill Clinton comes in, and he's like the Teflon Don. None of it sticks to him. And he still ends up getting elected and does 2 terms. Like, he must have been thinking like, oh, I could have done that.
I hate how Maher used to be this hero for stoners, and now he can't even drink a glass of whiskey and smoke a J without sounding like he's about to pass out. You should be able to do that easily. Pathetic. He also, yeah, I'm gonna watch this in a second. I know. He also personally, literally had like actual, like problematic, but I wouldn't say problematic, radical takes, right? Like religious Bill Maher. Like back then, yeah, sure, he was still like an Islamophobe and whatever, in comparison to what we do, which is lob missiles from thousands of miles away. That is a literal take. That's a Bill. That is a cert. He's the original 9/11 Andy. He said, does something like that. Like it was an unimaginable quote. He fucking said, it's not brave to kill people, in my opinion. Yeah, no shit. This is not even the hype up the fucking, Muhammad Atta and shit. Okay? It simply is a statement about the way that this conflict plays out, the way that this conflict unfolds. Okay? We talk about the bravery. Yeah. We have been cowards, lobbing cruise missiles miles away. That's cowardly. Staying in the airplane when it hits the building, say what you want about it, not cowardly. That's what he fucking said.
On Politically Incorrect, the show that once followed this.
And he was unimaginably canceled. Like, he literally was canceled for that. His show was canceled for that. Like, I'm shocked that his life wasn't canceled for that. I feel like if he was Muslim, they would have killed him.
He made this infamous comment less than a week after 9/11.
We have.
Yeah, okay. It was a week. It was less than a week after 9/11. Think about how insane that is. People fucking cancel